Shalom. Happy Sabbath. Happy Sabbath. Happy Sabbath. Tisa, Neff, my people. Like, share, subscribe. Shalom, shalom. Craving wisdom. Shalom. Grace. Shalom. Grace says shalom. Shalom, Grace. Happy Sabbath. But yeah, man, we got when the violent man strikes. You know, it's been a wild week, man. It's been a lot going on. It's been a lot going on this week. How was your guys' week? How was your guys' week? But before we hop into the violent man, we're gonna a couple videos. And we got a lot of videos today. You said the week went by pretty fast. It did. It is going by fast too, though. Things is going by fast, and we know why. You know, the time is sped up. Nice week, but busy. Lots of stink. Are you talking about them skunks? But look, my week is pretty cool, pretty chill. You know, you gotta enjoy those chill weeks. They don't come too often. But first, she said, "Come on." First, we gotta get into dang, you talking about there's so many of them. What they got? They repopulated or something? Or they having a lot of babies? But look, we're gonna get into these UFOs real quick. Hold on. Which one do I want to go to? We're gonna go to this one first. We're gonna watch a couple videos on some chariots. Esau is rattled. Then we're gonna get into the violent man. You know, the violent man strikes again.
New video appears to show a missile bouncing off an unidentified flying object during a mission in the Middle East. As CBS's Charlie D'Agata reports, a whistleblower originally leaked the video.
The newly released video captured by a U.S. Reaper drone shows a glowing orb off the coast of Yemen. Suddenly, on the left side of your screen, you see a Hellfire missile zip in, strike that unidentified object, and bounce right off it. When we slow the video down, you see the Hellfire missile continue to travel on its path, that trajectory becoming clearer from this zoomed out angle. Not shown is a second Reaper drone that launched the missile. Congressman Eric Burleson shared the video at a House Oversight Committee on what the military calls unidentified aerial phenomena, better known as UFOs.
That's a Hellfire.
Better known as chariots. Better known as chariots. The Most High's chariots. See, Esau don't know what he's doing. See, the chariot, it was only seen because it wanted you to see and show you that your weapons is trash. Right? His weapons just didn't do no damage. Watch what Esau say, though.
Fire missile smacking into that UFO and just bounced right off. And it kept going. It kept going, and it looks like the debris was taken with it.
Yeah. What the hell is that?
We've never seen a Hellfire missile hit a target and bounce off.
Lou Elizondo is a former senior intelligence officer with the Pentagon.
The Hellfire makes a hit, a kinetic strike on something solid. There's usually not much left of whatever it is it's hitting. It's very, very destructive. What seems to happen is that the missile is either redirected or in some case perhaps glances off the object and continues on its way.
A recent government report revealed the government received more than 750 new UAP sightings in the 2024 fiscal year, leaving lawmakers digging into the mystery and national security concerns posed by these objects.
Does this video scare you guys? Yes or no?
Yes.
He said, hell yeah, this scare us. Hey, Esau is confounded. They know it's over. They know their end is near.
Yes.
Yes.
Me too. There's
A unanimous decision. Yes. They all say yes. Did it scare you? Hell yeah.
a lot of information.
And then they know more than what they saying. You know? Esau's a devil.
And that's not in that video, like what mission they were on. And
Hold on. Then we're gonna watch another one. I got one more. Hold on. Yeah, Grace, hold your horses. Hold your horses. I'm about to pull it up right now. Hey, Grace, you gotta have patience. So I'm playing with you.
I recognize myself for 5 minutes of questioning. Also, as my friend Mr. Moskowitz might have to go, would you like to go now? Okay, all right. Mr. Borland, in your testimony, you described witnessing large triangular craft while stationed at Langley Air Force Base in 2012. Can you?
So we're gonna watch like 3 minutes of this, so just hang tight. Then we're gonna pull out some scripts.
Explain what you observed in terms of size, behavior, and why you're confident it was not conventional technology?
Great question, ma'am. So on the base, I lived in the barracks. There was a little smoke pit outside. I was there on the telephone and looking across to the flight line, and I see a white light pop up and stop about 100 feet in the air. I thought it was a weather balloon. I've seen tests from there before, weeknight, normal thing, not surprising. I actually finished my cigarette and I began walking up towards the flight line. There is a track, and because I was on 3 months of night work, I would walk the track at night when we were weather down. And as I began walking towards the light, towards the flight line and the track, the light then flies across the base, across the flight line, and as it flies to me, a triangle manifests around the light. I can't tell you if it's active camouflage. I can't tell you if it appeared around the light, but I can tell you that it was a white light and then it was a triangle. It stopped about 100 feet in front of me and approximately 100 feet above me. My telephone got extremely hot, completely froze, dead. I remember how thick it was. It was between 1 to 2 stories thick, equilateral triangle. I could never see the top of it, and the edges were 90 degrees. There were 4 lights in total, 1 light on each corner and a larger light in the center, 2 to 3 times the size of the corner lights. But what was really odd was the outside, the best way to describe
Now, hold on now. Listen to this part real closely. Listen to this part.
it is like looking at a James Webb telescope picture where you have the colors and then the black background. So the craft itself was this black metallic flake paint, but on top of the craft was this gold, lava, plasma, some type of fluid going over and around the craft. I'm under this for about 2 to 3 minutes, and then the center light flashes 2 to 3 times, no sound, immediately shoots up to commercial jet level minimum, in my opinion. And I immediately feel static electricity all over my body. And then I smell the smell of after a thunderstorm or lightning storm, that really strong summer thunderstorm smell. Gets up to flight level. I'm trying to get my phone reset. and I can only see the center light at this point. If I didn't actually see it take off, I would have thought it was a star. And then
Hey, he said he would have thought it was a star if he didn't see it take off. Some things that make you wonder, huh?
it hovers up there and it begins to slowly move due east out over the Atlantic Ocean. I finally got my phone reset. The entire thing was about, from the time I saw the light pop up near the hangar until it took off out over the ocean, was about 15 minutes.
Oh, let me go back real quick. I'm gonna go back to the part I want. But yeah. Then we're gonna go get the scripture.
I immediately feel static electricity all over my body, and then I smell the smell of lava,
Yeah,
plasma.
that's the part.
But on top of the craft was this gold, lava, plasma, some type of fluid going over and around the craft. I'm under this for about 2 to 3 minutes.
That's the part I want. He said it was like some lava, gold going over the craft. Now remember that. I'm gonna hurry up and get the script, so we're gonna forget the thought. Hold on. Remember what that Edomite said. First, Ezekiel chapter 1, and we're gonna go to verse 4. Remember, he said that gold lava going around, and I looked, and behold, a whirlwind came out of the north, a great cloud. And this is the part, this is what he saw right here. And fire, and a fire enfolding itself. Remember, he said it was going around like it was just like some lava. That's what he saw. And a fire enfolding itself. And a brightness. Remember, he's talking about the lights and it's bright and all this stuff. You would have thought it was a star. And a brightness was about it, and out of the mist thereof as the color of amber. Remember, he said that middle light. He said there was like a triangle. There was a light on each corner, and there was a middle light. Out of the mist of the fire. Let's go to. We're gonna jump through it so we can get to the violent man. The appearance of the wheels and their work was like unto the color of beryl, which is like a green emerald. And they four had one likeness, and their appearance and their work was as it were a wheel in the middle of a wheel. Let's jump to 19. And when the living creatures went, the wheels went by them. And when the living creatures were lifted up from the earth, the wheels were lifted up. So Esau, they know what they're dealing with, and they terrified. You know, the pride of them. They're gonna test their little missiles out, and it ain't do nothing. So they're like, okay, but they know they can't do nothing. One of the Edomites, if you watch that, it's like an hour, I think, hour and some change. He was talking about how he wants to get the technology of the chariot. It's like this devil, he's tripping. And the little reporter said, man, this stuff, that technology is out of this world. He's like, yeah, I know. So what makes you think you can get it? Damn devil. Let's get Zechariah. Esau is the goddamn devil. 5:1. Start from 1. Zechariah 5:1. Then I turned and lifted up my eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll. Look, a flying roll, a chariot. And he said unto me, what seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits. Remember the dude said, he said, oh, it's so big. He said, like a story high. And the breadth thereof 10 cubits. Then said he unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. For everyone that stealeth shall be cut off. Who stole more than Esau? He stole the whole damn country. So it says, everyone that stealeth shall be cut off as on the side according to it. And everyone that swear, who swear and lie all the time, the Edomites, shall be cut off as on that side according to it. I will bring it forth, said the Lord of hosts, and it shall enter into the house of the thief. That's why they be seeing it, because they're a thief. And they be looking up and they be just be seeing it there. Right? The most UFO sightings is in Babylon, North America, because they're a thief and they're just waiting for the cue to do their thing. And into the house of him that swear falsely by my name. They say they're Christians. They say they're Jewish, right? Falsely by my name. You wish, and it shall remain in the midst of his house. See, it shall remain in the midst of his house. You probably could go look outside right now. Remember, he said if he didn't see it go up, he would have thought it was a star. Go look outside. After the live, go look outside. You know, T said, you know what's up. And shall consume it with the timber thereof and the stones thereof. Then the angel that talked with me went forth and said unto me, lift up now thy eyes and see what is that go forth. So the main part is this part, and it shall remain in the midst of his house. So it's going to be here until he wiped this place off the map. And then we're going to show you why they could shoot missiles. And ain't nothing going to happen. He said the debris, it didn't do nothing. He said it just went right through. And if I'm not mistaken, I think a Hellfire missile got blades on it, and it like crashes into the target and it like cuts it up. Damn, what the hell? Hold on. The book of Psalms 104. 104, and where should I start? 3. Who layeth the beams of his chambers in the waters, who make the clouds his chariot, who walk upon the wings of the wind, who make his angel spirits. So spirit. Remember in Ezekiel, when they move, the craft move. His ministers a flaming fire. So you can't do nothing. Just like if you shoot a missile at fire, or you shoot anything at fire, it's gonna just go right through it. It's spirit. It's spirit. Oh, let me get Ezekiel. No, what is that? Isaiah. Just thought of this. I think it's Isaiah 31. Let me see. Woe unto them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots, because they are many in horsemen, because they are very strong, but they look unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord. Hold on. Oh, yeah, verse 3 is what I want. Now the Egyptians are men. Now, you know, we're in modern day Egypt. So it's talking about the Edomites. Twofold. Now the Egyptians are men and not God, and their horse flesh. So their little missiles it's flesh. Is not, and it says not spirit. That's what he's saying. He said, my weapon, my chariots are spirit. They're dealing with carnal stuff, flesh, carnal weapons, need oil, need you jamming up, you know, need to have some damn GPS on it and stuff, not the spirit. That's the only part I want. Now the Egyptians are men. The Edomites are men and not God. And their horses are flesh, not spirit. That's why you can't do nothing. You're out of your league. You're out of your league, Esau. You're out of your league. Revelation. Should I go to Revelation? Or should I go to... Hold on, nope. We're going to stay in Psalms real quick. Where the hell is Psalms at? 68. 68:17. The chariots of God are 20,000, even thousands of angels. The Lord is among them, as in Sinai. As in Sinai in the holy place. So that's like when let me go to Genesis 18 real quick. Let me go to Genesis 18. And the Lord appeared unto him in the plain. So no, that's what I want. Said it now. Nah, is it 18? Might be 11. Yes, 11. Hold on, let me see something quick. It's when right before they blew up Sodom and Gomorrah. Hold on. Yeah, I knew it was 11. Watch this. It's all that's going on. And the Lord came down. This is when they was building the Tower of Babel. And the Lord came down to see the city and the tower, which the children of men builded. That's all he's doing. Remember Psalm 68 said he's among, it said the Lord in the chariot, Christ in the chariot, whipping it. No, he probably ain't even whipping it. He probably just chilling. I mean, no, matter of fact, they said it goes, he's in there operating it, however they do that. I don't know. But he's in there, I don't know if one of the angels is controlling it or he's doing it connected to Christ's mind or what, I don't know. But he's in there though, right? And the Lord came down to see the city and the tower. How do you think he came down? He came down in his whip, right? That's all he's doing. Look at the book of Exodus real quick. We gotta get to the violent man. Exodus 14. Let me see. And blah blah blah, blah blah blah. This is when the Egyptians got drowned, right? Oh yeah. Let's start 13. No. Where's when their wheels fell off? Let me get my cheat code. Yeah, 25. Okay, look. It's 25. Let's start 23. And Egyptians pursued and went after them to the midst of the sea, even all Pharaoh's horses, his chariots, and his horsemen. And it came to pass that in the morning watch, the Lord looked. See? Oh, he's in the chariot. He looked. Remember it said Genesis? He said he came to look. He looked unto the host of the Egyptians through the pillar of fire and of the cloud. So he's looking at the chariot. He's like, what? He's like, I'm about to get on these guys and trouble the host of the Egyptians. Right? So he's looking out the window of the damn chariot and took off their chariot wheels, and they drave them heavily. So that the Egyptians said, let us flee. The Egyptians said, let us get the hell up out of here. Our chariot wheels just came off from that thing up there, from the face of Israel. For the Lord fight for them against the Egyptians. So they're like, man, they got help. Same thing these Edomites gonna say. They're gonna be like, man, these Negroes, they got help. We get one more, then we're gonna go to the violent man, the red dead man, dead man. Revelation 7:1. Behold, he come with clouds. He come with, you said the clouds are the chariots, right? Chariots are the clouds. He said, what do you say? I make the clouds my chariots, right? That's just code word for chariots. So he coming with the chariots. It said thousands upon thousands. And every eye shall see him. They said they got one up there, like they said, it's like bigger than Earth. How you think every eye gonna see him? And they also which pierced him. We stop right there. They're going to something else. That's the part we want. Every eye gonna see. This revelation, future prophecy. Beautiful. His days is numbered. That boy's days numbered. Yeah. Cold of fire. Yeah, that's cold of fire. They trying to test their arrows against it, and they didn't do nothing. Right. They're in there. They're probably having a little briefing, like, damn. Did you see this? Why he said he's scared. Shalom, Andrea. Yeah, he will never get the technology. That's crazy. I wish I had that part, but I think it was, I don't know who it was. It's on that video though, the full video. He was like, "Yeah, let me get the." He said, "Yeah, we need that." He said he saw the devil. He said, "If we could possess that technology and get our hands on it, we can really get rid of our opposition." It's like, you damn devil, for that to even come out your mouth. Even the reporter was like, "What are you talking about? That stuff is out of this world." He's like, "I know." They're the devil. You know what I see, right? Or did you forget? Yeah. No, I didn't forget. That's the part I kept rewinding because I can't wrap my mind around what that visual is. I know. I mean, what popped up in my mind was like a lava lamp, how it just be morphing and stuff. But he said the same thing. He just said it different wording, but it's the same thing. And Ezekiel said enfolding in itself. He was talking about it was like gold and going up and down. I know that was crazy. Look, I seen a chariot. The one time I seen one that I can remember, and I was talking to another brother, and we was in the parking lot. I think he had made. So I met this brother, another Israelite brother, to pick up. He was selling clothes, right? So I drove out. I think I met him at Target. It was like a Target parking lot. And then we were just chopping it up, but we were just chopping it up for a long time. And it got dark. It got like real dark. Target was closed. It was like 11 o'clock. And then, so we're talking. We're face to face talking. And then behind him, the damn chariot went behind his head. It went behind his head. And I was like, what the hell is that? And right when he turned around, the chariot just disappeared. And then he's like, what? I said, bro, you had like a light behind your head. I think it was a chariot or something. And it took off like a shooting star. And then, but he was looking at me like, come on, bro. Like, you serious? So then it was like, whatever. So we can still talking. Blah, 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 blah. Now he's looking at me and he's like, and the thing was behind me. The chariot behind me now. I turn around his gun and I'm looking at his face. And I said, oh, you saw it, huh? And he's like, yeah, bro, that's exactly I just saw it. I'm like, see, I told you. That was crazy. I had a chariot behind my head. It wasn't like directly behind my head, but it was like, it was in the sky, but it was behind me though, And then it was behind him. But when we both turned around, it just disappeared. Chariot, they like to play little games like that. We'll have fun. They're like, I'm gonna show out with my Judites right now. But it was just funny because I knew I wasn't tripping. When he saw it, I saw a look on his face. I was like, oh yeah, you just saw what I saw. I saw it first. You saw second. All praises. I seen one when I was doing Tabernacle a few years ago. It was huge with so many lights, or it was multiple, but it was rotating. Man, that's crazy. Cause I never. I mean, it sounds like you might be seeing them for a long period of time. Like you could look. I saw it was bam. And the only reason why I know I wasn't tripping, because the old boy saw it right like 2 minutes later. That's awesome. I see them most nights. I love seeing them. That shit sometimes. Yes, he saw us way out of his league. He saw don't know what the hell he's doing. That's why he said he's going to get destroyed in an hour. Right? He don't know what the hell he's doing. The Negroes that got help. The Negroes got help. Yeah, right. The Negroes got help. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's from where I was talking about the Egyptians. Oh, praises. The Negroes got help. That's what they're going to be like. Some cloak themselves in plasma like clouds, and some cold with fire and other cloak. Right. Like old boy said, like the Edomite said, he said, if he didn't see it go up, he would have thought it was a star. So that makes you wonder, like, damn, I could be seeing them. You could just be walking outside and it could just be boom. Most likely it is. I'm quite sure they could change to all type of colors. Now, let's go into this violent man that's been shooting everything up. Let's get into that. The violent man. Who's the violent man? You want to take a guess? You want to take a guess who's the violent man is? The main violent, the capital V. Who's the wicked? The capital W. Let's go to the scriptures. Who is the violent man? Matthew 11, verse 12. And from the days of John the Baptist until now, the kingdom of heaven suffer violence, and the violent take it by force. Who did that? The Edomites. What did they call them? They called them the. It says, so look, this verse is so heavy because it's talking about the kingdom of heaven. It's talking about us. We are the kingdom of heaven. The kingdom of heaven is within us. So we suffered violence in the violent. We suffer violence from the violent, and he took our kingdom by force. And that's why we're going to take it back by force with our brothers, our sky brothers, right? Our brothers in the chariots, our angels, right? The violent take it by force. That was not the Moabites. That was not the Ishmaelites. That was not the Hamites. It was the Edomites, right? The Greeks, the Romans, Edomites. Oh, man, I got the video. Man, I forgot I got the little video. Hold on. I got like 2 more videos. I forgot. We're going to get in the video after this script. Man, I forgot, man. But after this, we're going to get into the video. Job 20 and verse 19. How could I forget the videos? Man, we was caught up in them chariots, man. That's one of the best things to talk about. That's one of my favorite topics. It's chariots. The chariots. But anyways, John 20 verse 19. Because he have oppressed and have forsaken the poor, because he has violently, it's talking about the violently taken away in the house which he built not. Who is that talking about? Remember we was in Zephaniah talking about the thief? It's talking about the same people. That's why we call the white man, woman, and child the devil that the Bible speaks of. Because it's talking about them chiefly. So we gonna get in. Shalom, Danielle. Kwam Yasharala. So we're gonna get in to, hold on. We're gonna get into the violent man on his on some of his what's the that's how to call it when the violent man strikes. We're gonna get into some of his strikes this week. We're gonna get into some of his strikes. We're gonna do this one. Let me see. We're gonna do. Hey, remember this. They call us YNs, right? I got something for that. We're gonna call them YCs. We're gonna call them YCs, young crackers, because what I'm about to show you is one of them is 16 and one of them is 22. Right? Hold on. Let me show you the YN chart. They got a YN chart. They got a YN chart. Hold on. Let me cancel this real quick. Can you guys see this YN chart? So they call it 8 through 14 is an LN, a little Negro. 15 through 25 is the YN. BB is 26 to 32. I don't know what that means. BB. Unc 36 to 44. OG 42 55, and so forth and so on. And the elder. But look, the part we want is the YN 15 through 25. So they kind of label us young Negroes, young niggas, right? So we're gonna call them YCs, young crackers are on the loose. You YCs. The YCs have been on the loose. And watch this. YCs. You're gonna see why I call them YCs, young crackers, man. Be careful of these YCs.
The Jefferson County Sheriff's Office just finished a news conference. They shared a picture and the name of the student who shot 2 other students at Evergreen High School yesterday. Investigators say 16-year-old Desmond Holly
hold on.
Went through the school looking for targets, but lockdown procedures kept him from getting through.
He came up against a roadblock on many of those doors.
We gotta go back.
Today, investigators say 16-year-old Desmond Holly went through the school.
16. He's a YC, right? The YC, 16 years old. Let's go back to our chart. Remember they call the 15-year-old through 25 a YN. So we calling them YCs. What did he do? He was a school shooter and he offed himself.
Looking for targets, but lockdown procedures kept him from getting through.
He came up against a roadblock on many of those doors. He couldn't get to those kids.
Thank you for being with us at noon.
He's violent.
I'm Mikaela White. We want to give you a quick breakdown. There's a lot of new information the Sheriff's Office just shared with us. Investigators say 16-year-old Desmond Holly seemed to have been...
How old? 16? YC?
And quote, radicalized by an extremist network. They did not provide more details on that. We know that he...
Radicalized by a hate group. 16-year-old Desmond Holly. 1 victim at Children's Hospital. 1 victim at St. Anthony's. Victims not identified.
Brought quite a bit of ammo, continue to reload a revolver handgun, take shots inside the school. The Sheriff's Office says Holly eventually took his own life. We're also learning more about gun take shots.
You hear the violentness of this YC.
inside the school. The sheriff's office says Hawley eventually took his own life. We're also learning more about the two victims. Children's Hospital tells us they are treating one student. The other victim is still at St. Anthony's in Lakewood, and they were also critically hurt. Law enforcement has not identified either of those victims. Your reporter Justin Adams is live at Evergreen High School, where that update from law enforcement just happened. Justin, we heard you asking questions, and there are still plenty of questions that the community has about all of this.
Yeah, one of the questions that has been answered is that this crime scene doesn't only go at the school, but also behind the school, which is where one of the suspects was also hit in the.
He was going behind the school. This dude is a violent YC.
Incident from yesterday. As we told you earlier, look at your screen. This is the suspect, which was 16-year-old Desmond Hawley, a student.
The face. You will see him probably on a skateboard, right? And you wouldn't even look at him. But we need to quit. You see these guys, you need to keep an eye on them. You got a skateboard, he will off you. They're violent.
Of Evergreen High School. Now, this student was on a bus when he arrived to school yesterday. He had a handgun and fired it multiple times and reloaded it several times in order to fire again. Jefferson County officer says that he was allegedly a part of an extremist network, and there still hasn't been a motive that has been found.
Ain't no motive. Esau's just violent, man. He lived by the sword. You know, he loved that. He loved that gun smoke. Esau love that gun smoke. They say he's a part of a hate group. They say we part of a hate group. But you don't see no Israelite busting capping people. Right? That's all they want to do. See, their hate equals trying to off you. They say we hate. But we don't want to drag you from the pickup truck. We just want to be separate. Vengeance is the Lord's. We just want to be to ourselves. They are violent, and we should want to be away from them. They have a horrible track record, right? This is the face of evil, right here, right?
At this moment.
The suspect.
So look, I want you to listen to her, how she describes this. And this is very, very violent. Watch. Let's say, disclaimer. If you're squeamish, get out the room and put it on mute or something. Watch this.
His gun was fired a lot.
He said his gun was fired a lot. Because what? Because he's violent. 16-year-old.
The reason we have so many crime scene areas inside is because we have windows shot out. We have lockers that were shot up. We're finding spent rounds, unspent rounds. So it's a huge area. And the school, I was told, is 3 levels. So lots of work to be done. But he fired multiple times.
He fired multiple. She said he fired multiple times. He was very violent. Who wakes up and want to shoot up a damn school? A violent man. The YCs, man. The YCs ain't playing, man. You YCs ain't playing. Shalom. The YCs aren't playing. Oh, you already know, sis. I got that in the arsenal. I got that in the holster. The violent man. The violent man. They are the vessel of dishonor. And told y'all they the devil. They prove it every time. I told y'all they the devil. They prove it every time. They are the damn devil that the Bible speaks of. Now we got a drum roll. Cause we got the youngest. What they called? YCs. We got the youngest YC. Now we're gonna go to the other one. The other YC. Let's get the other YC. the 22-year-old YC. So by now, you guys already know what happened. The dude, Charlie Merck. Is his name Charlie Merck? I think. Because he got murked. But nah. Okay, Charlie Kirk. Every single time. So look, Charlie, you know, I didn't know nothing about the dude until he got right. And yeah, I didn't know nothing about him. And I did my diligent research, and he was talking trash. And how ironic, he got hit in his voice box. Most High hit him in his voice box. Shut your ass up. Shut your ass up. He got hit in his voice box. He got hit in his voice box. You reap what you sow. You know? You reap what you sow. And then I guess he was I guess he was talking about, you know, I guess he was talking about us, right? And Most High, you know, vengeance is the Lord. He got took out by his brother, by your own brother. You guys are your own worst enemy. Matter of fact, oh yeah, I'm gonna show the video, then we're gonna get into the scripts. I just didn't want to forget the scripture. But yeah, he got taken out by his own brother, his own fellow YC, because white people are white people's worst enemy. They're so violent. You see what they be always trying to talk about crime and stuff, and they're literally the only people or the main person at war. Russia, Ukraine, the U.S. people, they killing millions right now. He was knocked off before he hit the ground. You know, he got hit right in his voice box, talking all that trash. He got hit right in your voice box. That's crazy. Let's get the video. You know, yeah, their house divided. Colorado. That's what we just watched. Oh, the suspect. I'm just gonna go to the suspect. You already know what happened to homie. You know, homie got hit in his voice box by his own brother. You know, it's unfortunate, you know, for him. You know, you reap what you sow, though. You know, and Esau be trying to make up, kind of control how we feel, like we're supposed to feel sorry. You know, why would we? You know, just like if somebody. Just say if somebody's a damn doing some evil stuff in the hood, no matter the color, and he reap what he sow, hey, we don't feel sorry for him. We be like, dang, bro was robbing everybody in the hood, and then it catch up to him. And I'm like, damn, that's messed up. They did him like that. It is what it is. But wasn't he robbing everybody? Hey, so yeah, it is what it is. But okay, let's go get the YC. So how old is he? 22. He's 22. He's a YC. Remember? Hold on. Let's get the chart. Don't forget about the chart. The YNs, they got 15 to 25. So the Colorado dude, he was 16, so he's in the YC chart. We're gonna flip it. He's in the YC chart. He's 22, so he's in the YC. The YC is your worst enemy.
Breaking news update.
We gotta run the tape. Let's go.
Now, authorities are learning more about the mindset of the man accused of killing.
She said the mindset. Man, she got the same mindset as him. You know? It's just like iron rust. So is their wickedness. His iron just rusted out, you know. And then Esau is so relaxed right now because you know they took everything, so they're in their little relaxed mode. They're slowly coming out of that. But they're all like that. She's like that. That lady right there will do the same thing. Don't let it fool you. So she's talking about the mindset. You already understand this mindset because it's in your head.
Conservative activist Charlie Kirk. Andres Gutierrez reports for us from Utah, where investigators are trying to get the accused killer to talk.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We got him.
Authorities took this man.
Yeah, we got him. Got him. Now, why this damn captions be on? He looked 42 though. He don't look 22. Just 3 years ago, this man was a teenager. Just 3 years ago, he was a teenager. And you see his beard, he shaved it. So he would, if he didn't shave his beard, his thing would probably be like this. He will look even older. Because this is the hairy red man, the violent man, the man with no melanin, the red man, dead man. So he's 22 years old. 3 years ago, he was a teenager. Just 3 years ago, he was a teenager. 4 years ago, he graduated. He was in high school. He's a YC. He's a YC.
22-year-old Tyler Robinson into custody late Thursday. Sources tell CBS News Robinson's father saw the photos released by authorities.
Robinson, see, that's why y'all gotta change y'all name. I know a lot of Jakes with the name Robinson. Robinson. And that's just a side note. But 22-year-old
authorities and confronted his son. The father then reached out to a youth pastor close with the family who contacted the U.S. Marshals.
Investigators interviewed a family member of Robinson who stated that Robinson had become more political in recent years.
Investigators believe Robinson acted alone when he fired a single shot, piercing Kirk in the neck. Video from the...
Hey, hold on. Just imagine how violent this dude jumping off the roof. He wasn't in no military or nothing. He was just born like that. He said, I woke up like this. Violent. He did a hit, one shot, voice box, ran off, jumped off the roof of the damn whatever that is. What's that, college or something? Jumped off the roof so smooth, blended in, walked in the bushes. You know they love the bushes and the woods and stuff. And he got caught. I mean, he probably would have got caught anyways, but his dad snitched on him. You know, his dad snitched on him. Dad ratted on him. But look, homie is violent, man. And where did he learn that from? Because, you know, he been knew that. Because Esau, they teach their kids at 2 years old, probably even younger than that. They're violent. So he been shooting, practicing the whole time. And the whole time he's thinking like, I will do somebody in. You know, that's what they be doing that for. And the Most High made him knock off his own brother.
The FBI shows what appears to be Robinson jumping off a rooftop at Utah Valley University after the shooting. President Trump announced the arrest on Fox News and called for Robinson to face the ultimate punishment.
I hope he gets the death penalty.
Yeah, you killed your fellow brother. You killed your fellow brother. He said, yeah, we can't have that.
He did. Charlie Kirk was the finest person. He didn't deserve this.
Kirk's murder drew bipartisan condemnation and calls to tone down the rhetoric often blamed for political violence.
This is our moment. Do we escalate or do we find an off-ramp?
Authorities did not speak to a motive, but say bullet casings recovered from the rifle believed to have been the murder weapon could shed light on Robinson's thinking. One was engraved with "Hey Fascist, Catch." Robinson is being held without bail. The Utah County Attorney's Office says it will file formal charges next week. Andres Gutierrez, CBS News, Orem, Utah.
Federal officials announced
he's a YC. Talking about they want to know his mind. His mind got the damn devil in him. That's what. The hell? The hell is going on with these YCs? What are we gonna call the other ones? The older ones. What should you call the older ones? Even the one that deleted him, they got to try to uplift him and make him seem like he was so smart and intelligent. But at the end of the day, the devil, the Bible speaks of, period. They the devil, the Bible speaks of, period. Brute beast. Yes, they love the bushes and eating juniper roots. Let's get into the scripts. You say in the news, they're saying that Kirk spoke against the Zion-ish and was scheduled to meet with Tucker Carlson. The shooter is, yeah, I heard that too. Like it was the U.S. people that ordered it. Oh no. But yeah, probably so. All right, let's get into a couple scripts. We are almost done. Where am I at? All right, let's get into some more violence. Cause you seen that? You seen the two violent YCs? That's just in the past this couple days. Psalms 140. So now you know who the violent man is. The capital violent. You know, the capital V, the main violent. You know, we know people, anybody can be violent, but who's the main violent? You know? Psalms 140:4. What did King David say? Keep me, O Lord, from the hands of the wicked. He said, man, get me the hell away from the wicked. Preserve me from the what? From the what? Preserve me from the violent man. He said, give me hell from that violent man who had proposed to overthrow my goings. Look, let's read 5. The proud have hid a snare for me. That's all they do. Try to set trap for us. In cords, they have spread a net by the wayside. They have set gins for me. Selah. Right? I said unto the Lord, thou art my God. Hear the voice of my supplication, O Lord. Let's read this again. Keep me, O Lord, from the hands of the wicked. Preserve me from the violent man. He said, man, preserve me from the violent man. This man's out here killing every goddamn body. Right? This man out here killing every goddamn body. Damn. This man killing every goddamn body. Let's get Psalms 11:5. Then we're gonna get your Micahs. We're gonna get your Micah. Psalms 11:5. The Lord trieth the righteous, but the wicked and him that love violence. See, who love violence? We already showed you. His soul hated. He said he hate the violent man. Hey, you could use this. You know, I know how you guys be using the Esau, Jacob have I loved, and Esau have I hated. You can use this too. Who's the violent man? He said he hate that violent man. He that love violence. Who love violence more? Who wakes up, hops on a roof, hit their own brother in his damn neck for a disagreement. Hops off a roof and he landed like a damn cat. Right? Who does that? Somebody that loves violence. You know, that was gruesome. You know? What about the other kid? The 16-year-old YC, who wakes up and goes to the school, and then you see they both news reporters said what was in their mind. This what This is what is in their mind. They love violence. In the book of Obadiah, it says, how are the things that Esau searched out? Through our Bible. This is how we know. This is how we know his mind. See, before we came into the truth, or I'll speak upon myself. Before I came into the truth, I mean, a lot of people know Esau's evil, but the only thing that the Bible brought to me was it was every one of them. I didn't think something was cool, but when I read that Iron Rush, it's every single one of them. I'm like, damn, okay, it's all of them. It's just different levels to it, but they love violence. Let's get that Micah. Let's get the Micah. See, woe unto them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their bed. So when they both went to sleep, the two YCs, they were thinking of evil. It's tomorrow. I got a big day. I got a big day tomorrow. Right? I got murder on my mind. I got violence on my mind. When the morning is light, see, when the morning was light, what did the school shooter do? She said he had so many bullets. And the other one, he just needed one shot. One shot. Bang! And got up out of there. So when it was morning, he did what he had to do. They practice it. They do it because it is in the power of their hand. They got it right here. They're like, this is what I'm going to use. And they covet fields, right? And take them by, there go that word again. They take them by what? By what? By what? By violence. Because they're violent people. In houses. And they take them away. So they oppress a man in his house and even a man in his heritage. Yeah, boy. Let's go to their personal book. Can we go to their personal book? The only book that they should be reading is this. Obadiah 1 and 10. We already got it highlighted. For by what? For thy what? Violence against thy brother Jacob. Shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. Let's go to the last verse. And where is that? 18. In the house of Jacob shall be a fire, in the house of Joseph a flame, in the house of Esau for stubble. And they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau. For the Lord has spoken it, because they're very, very violent. Let's get Psalms 55. We've been in Psalms a lot. Psalm 55:21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter. See, they look so innocent. Your neighborhood friendly white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of. When we showed that little boy, it looked like he'll be on a skateboard. The other boy, he just crossed the street after smoking somebody, because his words and his looks is smooth as butter. But war was in his heart. It got war in his heart. He said, man, I just look like I'm trying to off something. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. So, two more scriptures. Let's get their blessing. Let's get the violent man's blessing. 38. And Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, oh my father. This is Esau talking. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. He was crying. And Isaac, his father, answered and said to him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and the dew of heaven from above. How will he get the fatness of the earth? And by thy sword shall thou live. So he gonna just be offing and offing everybody. And shalt serve thy brother. That's all I want. And by the sword. You're gonna live by the sword. Let's talk about one man, the violent man. I just remembered this one. I almost forgot this one. That's why I should have got it earlier. Another prophecy. And they went out another horse that was red. It was another red horse. Who's red? The violent man is red man, dead man. And power was given to him that sat there to take peace from the earth. Who's taking peace from the earth? Go to Daniel 7:25. Read Daniel 7:25. And they should, this is part we want. And they should what? And they should what? And they should off one another. That's what they're doing. They're doing that in the wars. They be fighting each other, World War I, II, and in an individual level. The red man, look, the red man, and they shall off one another. And there was given unto him a what? A great sword. Who was blessed with the sword? Precept, Paul Precept, man. The Bible was a beautiful book, man. We prophesying right now. You'll never hear this in your church. Last scripture. The beginning of the Bible. You got ears to hear, you will hear. Cain and Abel. And Cain talked with Abel, his brother. And it came to pass, when they were in the field, that Cain rose up against his brother and slew him. The first recorded offing. Right? Got his melanin took away. Right? The violent man. This is Esau before the flood. Let's go to 24. What did his lineage do? If Cain shall be avenged sevenfold. No, hold on. Let's go to 23. And Lamech said unto his wives, Adah and Zillah, hear my voice, ye wives of Lamech. Hearken unto my speech, for I have slain. See, this lineage of Cain was wicked as hell. They were just slaying people. I have slain a man to my wounding, and a young man to my hurt. He said, I killed a young man. Right? He's the first YC. Lamech, he one of the YCs. If Cain shall be avenged sevenfold, truly Lamech's 70 and 70-fold. So he's like, man, nobody ain't gonna do nothing to me because they're gonna be avenged 70-fold. You saw when you heard East, like the Jewish people, you see what they're doing? They claim October 7th, right? And then this is they went 70-fold on them. They knocked off 70. What did it say? 70 times 70-fold. They always say that. They be like, man, they knocked off so many Palestinians. You remember back in like Jim Crow or something when Esau used to they used to say somebody when they was trying to make up we did something to them, they'll try to knock off our whole village. Because if you do something to them, they say, oh, we can knock it off everybody. Because they're the people, they're Cain and back in the spirit. They are Cain. The wicked. Remember what it say? Cain was marked because melanin took away. Now you got them guys running around looking like that. In the news, they are saying that Kirk spoke. Oh, yeah, we read that. You missed a 13-year-old here in Tacoma who had an arsenal of guns, had a shoe store. Damn, I didn't even know about that. Where is he at? If he's 13, he's not even a YC then. He would fall in the LN. So he's a LC. He's a little cracker. He's a LC. We got the LCs, little crackers, the YC, young crackers. So he's the LC. I think I seen that too. Damn, I didn't know that was in Tacoma. He had they had it. Did they have it all on the little table? His arsenal. That's crazy. See, the violent man. Damn, 13 years old. She said he had an arsenal of guns. Had a shoe store of guns. Yeah, I'm about to look that up right when I get off of this joint. Damn, Jesus, you saw that too? They violent, see? Then they been sick in the head. They got to say when their folks do evil that they're suffering from, mental illness, but us, nothing. Like the dude on the bus, on the train, they're like, they want to just knock him off, right? But if you live by their logic, the Ukrainian woman, right? They need to forgive that brother. They need to forgive all of them. They need to forgive the 22-year-old. They need to forgive the brother in the train, right? That's what they preach, right? You know, our brothers and sister forgave them. Amber Geiger, Dylan Roof, they forgive the shooter. So Esau, you need to forgive the 20. What's his name? Tyler Robinson, and whatever that black dude's name is. Forgive him. That's what y'all preach. Don't be hypocrites. You Edomite Christians. They're not a big day. Oh yeah, I still got like 2 scripts. Hold on. Oh, I got one more. Hold on. Let me get this before I read these. I forgot this one because we're gonna end it on the violent. Remember the violent man? Since he's so violent. And I got 2 of them, matter of fact. Let me get 2 more. Can I get 2 more? Can I get 2 more? I just thought of one. So you guys gonna have an arsenal of violent scripts. Show the violent is Ezekiel 35:5. It's talking about Edom, though, just to tell you. More of the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir. You go to Genesis, it shows you Mount Seir is Edom. You guys know they be in those caves, cavemen, and prophesy against it. You think you Caucasian? They Caucasians. Because thou hast a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had in. So they were violent with us. They had a perpetual hatred, shedding our blood. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord God, I will prepare thee unto blood. See what's going on. He preparing them unto blood. That's why you see them getting knocked off. That ain't got nothing to do with us. The Lord doing that. And blood shall pursue these. Since thou hast not hated blood, because they don't hate blood, they love blood, and even blood shall pursue thee. So they love violence, so that's what's going to happen. They talk that stuff, they love blood, they love violence, so what's going to happen? It's going to come right back around, right? And then it gets good. It gets good if you keep reading. This is a beautiful chapter, right? Let me get Revelation 18. Six. Reward her even as she hath rewarded you, and double unto her, double according to her works in the cup which she hath filled for her, which she hath filled to her double. So she's going to get Babylon. This time about Babylon, they're going to get double. Put up verse 20. Oh, we already got it highlighted. We're going to read 20. Rejoice over her, thou heaven, and ye holy apostles and prophets, for Yahweh have avenged you on her. So see, who avenged? It's not us. It says God, Yahweh has. And a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it in the sea, saying, thus with violence, with what? With violence shall the great city Babylon be thrown down and should be found no more at all. Why is he going to get thrown down with violence? Because they love violence. They love bloodshed, future prophecy. Man, we just went through the precepts. And it is what it is. It is what it is. The pride of their hearts have deceived them. I meant like a whole store. Yeah, I got to see that, though. I got to see that. But, yeah, what was I going to? What was I going to? Final thoughts. Final thoughts. Final thoughts. Con, Danielle. Con. Yeah. 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 So this has been another one. This has been another one. There's been another one. Not going to happen. They are the biggest hypocrite on the planet. Exactly. There, if you like go to not Genesis, but Galatians 5 about the fruits of the works of the flesh and the fruits of the spirit. They are the walking embodiment of the works of the flesh. How you read hypocrite, envies, murders. Matter of fact, I'm about to get it right here. This is Esau. This is him. Let's go to Galatians 5 real quick. Where the hell is Galatians 5? Oh, I like that. Just King. Hold on. So look, the works of the flesh. This is Esau. The works of the flesh are manifest, which are these: adultery. That's what they do in their little porn, in their little porn, fornication, uncleanness, lasciviousness, idolatry. They got that SIBO all over the goddamn place. Witchcraft. They got witchcraft with their media, right? Hatred, variance, emulations, wrath, strife. Emulation is like when they were saying Black Lives Matter, they said Blue Lives Matter. They always trying to one up. Wrath, you already know they got a wrath, strife, sedition, heresies, envy, murder, drunkenness, revelings, right? That's Esau to the T. To the T. I always call them recessive gene leopards of the hair, cave dwelling Caucasus. Cave dwelling Caucasus. Mountain recipient. Hey, this brother said the YC should be young cavemen. Hey, we can do that. YC's young cavemen. Yep. Young cavemen, young crackers, interchangeable. However you want to do it. The young cave. I do like that. Young caveman. The young caveman strikes again. The YC. The YC was getting loose to this week, right? The YCs were getting loose. Awesome, edifying word. The why I haven't one of those. I love you. Shalom, Sid. Happy Sabbath. All manner of wickedness. Big con. So look, the final thoughts. The violent man. We don't even gotta say who he is. we already know. But we final thoughts. Be careful from this violent man, like King David said. He said, "Preserve me from the violent man," because they can strike at any time. So, with that, Happy Sabbath. Love y'all. Till next time. Shalom.